Okay, it looks like I was dropping some frames there for a second, but things seem to have steadied out, which is good. Check other end. Yeah, that looks correct. Let me move tab so echo. All right, I've been logged in. Okay, well, I guess things are working. It's a little bit of a different setup today. You notice I'm running on my OS X partition, but things should be okay. If things are messed up, let me know. Cool. I'm gonna have to just assume things are working. Cool. All right, well, let's just get started. So, yeah, let's do this as much as the usual routine as I can. So, hey, I'm Joshua. Today is looks like July something, 23rd, 2017. Today I'm working on my video game Delver. As always, you can see it behind my head here. You can find the website at delvergame.com. Delver is a procedural fantasy dungeon crawler with roguelike first-person shooter and I guess RPG elements is a good way to put it to think of it. Delver is a two-person passion project. We are working hard to get this thing finished up. We've been working on it for approximately 5 years now, which is a lot of time to put into something. We've been working in it in our free time, part-time, which is why development is slow sometimes. But it's something that we both are really like excited and passionate to finish. If you want to support us, we are in early access still for the time being. We are hoping to release our final version the end of this month. It's looking to be on track. But if you want to get it now for the $7.99, you can purchase it there at the link, or if you can search for Delver at Steam. I think when we do release, we're going to raise the price. I believe $9.99 was the last thing we spoke about. And I think that's it. If the price does change, I'll let you folks know, but that's the current plan. Let's just go ahead and jump into code and start looking at what happened this past week in development. Actually, let me situate this on the other side, so I think my head is somewhere in the bottom left. Assume I can. Let's go to repositories, Delver. Make them up to date. Cool. Let's have a little special command here to git log. And as you can see, it has been a busy week. Yeah, so there was this is me just, this bottom one is me fixing a usage of the Git light map at some of the new code that Chad has been writing for the light maps now is voxel based, which is cool, which allows us to do all sorts of interesting things. But this is a call that's only used by the editor that needed to have the signature change of method. So I fixed that up. I think I did that last stream as well. So you probably saw me do that if you were there. Somebody requested this in the stream last time too, so the monster spawner can be used more than once. There's a flag now on the monster spawner that says if it sticks around or not. So if you want to have a flood of monsters a la Gauntlet, you can certainly do that. And then this is just me just working on rooms. A lot of my work this past week has been me going through the original dungeon rooms and just trying to get them raised to the same quality bar. Also, doing textures and props and stuff like that. So Chad is shoring up the tooltips, which is good. Player can now hide a bit in the shadows, which basically what this does is it reduces the monster alert distance. Again, the move to this voxelized light map allows us to kind of better query like light value data. Again, this is a lot of these updates you can see here are just us working on various pieces of the dungeon. Yeah, so again, Yeah, so this is tweaking the monster alert distance for AI when the player is in the dark. Um, Updated dungeon corridors too. Again, adding breakable pots. That's exciting. Right now, I'm just throwing pots everywhere, very similar to how the crates work, but they're sprite-based instead of model-based. And right now, they don't drop anything. They're just there to break, which is nice when sometimes you're slinging magic around and you miss and it shatters a bunch of pots. That feels good. Yep, more detail work on dungeon halls. Yeah, we've kind of been like tag teaming all these rooms where I'll do like a quick pass and try to get broad strokes, and then Chad goes through and does some detailing, and it's actually been a fun process. It's really cool to see what the other does. I haven't been this excited on the project in a long while, and it's cool to be excited again. Um, uh, cool. Yeah, a little, I guess, slowing down Thief 2 to differentiate them a little bit more. So yeah, so just adding a little bit of differentiation to the monster varieties. More dungeon work. Dungeon. Oh, I added a dirt rubble texture. Similar to how the temple has a dirt rubble texture, now we have one for the dungeon area, which just makes sense. And I'll added some trims and some other pieces and the textures for the new dungeon set, so you can do some nice stuff with stair steps and other things like that. Chad said, "Edit a dirt pile decorative mesh." Okay, we might need to. Might need to take a look at that. I'm not quite sure what that all entails. Updating a few hall pieces, adding a room over room feature to halls 3, which is cool. Detailing some tiles. Holding down right click the editor makes SPL style camera rotate. Oh, that's a nice cool function to the editor. Yeah, I think I tried adding that like a year or two ago, and I botched it because I didn't understand the code as well as I do now. Adding a secret. I'm glad Chad doesn't be too verbose because he knows that I talk about these commit messages on stream. Reducing mass look in the editor, not to be insane. Fixing foliage sway shader on Windows. That's good because yeah, the foliage sway shader was pretty wild under Windows. So hopefully he's dialed that back a few notches. And it gets lots of tweaks, lots of little things. Adding a dead grass sprite. Oh man, Chad is certainly trying his hand at art, which is always cool. Cool. So let me just kind of I guess take a look at the state of things and start editing levels. Maybe doing a little bit of texturing too. I guess it depends on what what stuff I've installed on this partition. Hey Fire Dragon. Hey Dr. Kegel. Hey Tesla Coil. Thanks for stopping by, chat. I'm doing it old school style. I am not in my office today. I am remote, so it's going to be like my old streams where single window. Cool. So let's try to fire up IntelliJ. A good thing to do. Also, I think the resolution's a little weird too. I couldn't get OBS to quite get the 1080 output, but that's okay. Hopefully everything is all right. Here's what we want. Cool. Let's fire up the editor. Actually, yes. Let me just play a little bit, Delver. Actually, let me just play it so you folks can see what state it is in currently. Again, if there are anything, any issues with my stream, let me know. Oh, if I keep the volume to a reasonable level so I don't blast for ears. Is OBS picking that up? Okay. No, it's not picking up that at all. Interesting. Okay, well, I won't worry about it then for the time being. Start a new game. Cool. So for those of you who don't know, this is the hub or the start area of Delver. It is a campfire area. These folks here serve as shops or story or diegetic music. I'm going to steal the shopkeep's candle. That's the thing I can do. I'll put it into my left hand so I have a little bit more light. And let's go into the dungeon. That's where a lot of the changes are happening. These props out here are old. These props and textures are old, and I should probably just quickly fix those just so everything kind of meshes better. Yeah, here's the new dungeon area. We have, like these wood posts are little procedural bits, and the big ones are hand-placed. These are the pots I was talking about. Big ones have 2 health, little ones have 1 health. They don't ever drop anything, which I think is okay. right now the crates have even the crates have a pretty low chance of dropping, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. A lot of I guess the doorways now have these nice little arches over them. Yeah, just everything. It's got a little bit of love, which is nice to see. Ooh, magical pants. Slap those bad boys on. Oh, Chad, putting some breakables in here. Yeah, it looks like Chad's having a good time decorating up all this stuff, which is nice to see. We also added a new type of clutter, which is a gold candlestick, which actually is it actually counts towards your gold count. So if you remember old games like Thief, they had you like rummaging through people's like silverware and other things for gold valuables, and kind of riffing on that a little bit. Cool. I think this is all what's down here. Oh, that one. Another one too. Yeah, so this is an old tile. I definitely recognize it, but it's nice to have a little bit of life thrown back into it with some of the changes that we've been making. Again, this is a part where I've made the changes and Chad's gone back through and made changes on top of mine, which I think yielded a really nice result. Because he certainly sees things that I don't, and the converse is true. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Yeah. So this I need to fix because I added a texture for that stuff there. So this is I think a try in a section. Yeah. So I need to go back through here and take a peek at that. And actually, I should probably just audit a lot of the old tiles just to make sure, because this right here, this texture here is not great, and I created one specifically for this purpose. So let me quit. Let me quickly go through and check a few things, and we'll be starting with my phone. That's it. We added a room over room feature to Dungeons Hall 3. Let's fire that up in the editor and see what's going on. So file open, generator, dungeon, hall, up, missed it, halls, 3. Load. Oh, cool. Yeah, so he just used these wood planks or these wood bridges, which I think is a good idea. And actually, yeah, this is a good place where he stepped into, because I had added these gaps just a feature you could run across, but he actually put the planks there, so you get this kind of this effect here. Where you can run under them, which is nice. And I think I added, yeah, there's a little shortcut here I added, so you can get to the other side. It's a shortcut once you knock down all the crates, I suppose. But otherwise, you have to run back out to the hall and come back around. You can go up here, and there's goodies. Oh, and you also notice too, another technique we're using, which I think is kind of cool, is I believe this whole thing here is a group. So he put all of these models down, and he grouped them, and then he gave it a spawn chance. So what's nice is whenever you play it, there's only a 65% chance it will be there, which is nice. And I think this one, yeah, this one has a 50% spawn chance. So that gives us 4 different varieties of possibilities, right? Both there, both gone, and then one or the other being there or gone. So that's a nice way to get a simple little variety out of just a really basic kind of feature that we've added to our engine. But yeah, but it's really powerful just to group just stuff together, like these planks and these pots, and that's a really smart usage of that. Cool. So yeah, and also yeah, so he added this dirt rubble tile, and actually he did a pretty darn good job. I think that looks good. He did the pixel art himself, and I think it meshes well with Delber's style. So no need for me to muck that up. Let's just roll with it. But this actually might be, since he's putting it here in the corners, this might be a good candidate for our wall decorator. Our wall decorator has an option to throw stuff into corners. So that might be something just to kind of have the wall decorator kind of just do on its own. So let's see if I can do that. I think, is this actually, let's see, try to think, did he add it as a prefab or as a sort of some sort of definition? Let me think. Let me take a look at his commits and see what's going on. Also, let me take a look at chat and see what you folks are saying. Hey, yeah. Hey, Fire Dragon. Yes, I'm using my my Mac today. This used to be the machine I'd stream on all the time on my Windows partition, but since I built a new desktop recently, I use that one primarily for streaming, and this one just has been kind of sitting to the side. So um, I am. I don't know. I guess I haven't used this in a while, but since I'm traveling, I took this along because it's my most powerful laptop. I did not realize there is a Space Marine mod with flickering lights, and we typically don't really use the flickering lights very much. I think it was one of those situations where Chad just added a whole bunch of patterns to the lights, and that we only use a handful ourselves. Looks like also I dropped a little bit there too. So let's see. Yeah, sorry about the. Let me hide that. Sorry if my mic is popping. Like I've set my some of this stuff pretty aggressive. Let me see if I can. Hopefully it's like. Oh no. Hopefully it works okay. Hey, Lieutenant Grenade. Cool. Yeah, and apologies if I'm on a different internet connection as well, since I'm not at home. So hopefully the stream quality is okay. Apologies if it is not. Yeah, so we were looking at here. Chad said he added a dirt pile, decorative mesh. How do I? Let's see. And how do I look at that? Git commit branch. Git look at commits. New specific commit. We'll git show. Okay, that seems to make sense. Cool. Yeah, so it looks like he did define it in entities.dat as a dirt pile. Cool. Good to know. Entities.dat dirt pile. Okay, and this is under dungeon sets. Cool. So that means I should be able to go to let me see, wherever our assets live. Yep, there we go. Dungeon. I don't want to move it. Okay, info. I think this also has our info. Yeah, it does. So I think I have a crate in here. Crate in corner. And I just want to kind of lift the code for this. So let's just copy it, paste it. And I'm going to lower the crate in corner chance to say 0.625 because it's a power of 2, and that makes me happy, I think. Then I want dirt in corner. And maybe make that a 0.2% chance, or 20% rather. Plus to spread, I don't think that matters. Entities.dat, it's called dirt pile. There we go. Then, yep, wait. It's not breakables, it's, let me also grab the name of the, so when you're using prefabs, you need both the prefab, I think it's, what we call it, category or prefab? Yeah, prefab category. So dungeon sets, and then the name of the prefab. So you can have similarly named prefabs, but they live in different categories, and that's allowable. So this should drop dirt into corners 20% of the time, and it's in corner only. So Let's give this a shot in the editor and see if it actually does work. Okay, so let me just really quickly just kind of get some dungeon textures going. So upper wall, lower wall, ceiling, floor. Then let's carve out a chunk of this. And then there should be, hopefully, if I play enough times, there should be, it should create some dirt for us eventually. I'm just going to place some torch markers so we can see what we're doing. Place marker. Cool. And just jumping into play mode should decorate everything up. Yeah, there we go. It would be nice if it snugged it up against the wall. Maybe I can translate that manually. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, let's just try. Able to type that in here, I think. Spawns a prefab, and I think a prefab, we should offset it here. Yeah, so this, I think X, I'm doing this. I think it's just a property directly on the prefab. Yeah, let's just give it a shot. I think that's right. If not, we can fix it. Okay. So say X is 0.5 and Y is 0.5 and Delver Z is up. That should be okay. I will save that. Let me just real quick fine, because it extends group, extends virtual entity, which extends. And then it has an XYZ property, so that makes sense. Okay, cool. Let's run the editor and see what it looks like. Actually, let me just really quickly open up Dungeon. This one, load, and then just grab the texture there. Create a chunk and place some markers and play. Looks like none got generated. There we go. It doesn't look like it didn't look like it actually offset it at all. Trying to think what's the best way to fix that. Is there an attached to wall property? That might also help fix it. I think there is. Let's take a look. Attach wall. There we go. Hopefully it honors this property. Let's see. Place in corner. Attach wall. I think it should pick it up in the editor. Let's see. I don't think it did. Run that again. Or that the property isn't working like I think it is. So again, I'm opening this one up real quick again, just so I can quickly just get a grab on the textures. Yeah, I guess it's starting to do the little. Yeah, so Chad said you can right mouse and then you can first person look around, which is really nice. A lot of editors do that. Unreal and Unity do that, which is super handy. And it looks like this actually did not move at all, which is curious. Yeah, how to solve this? So I only want it in corners. Yeah, that might be okay for the time being. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Which is I think it's an okay first attempt at that. Let's just go ahead and commit our changes as they are. This isn't actually doing anything, so we can clear out those properties. Yes, let me real quick. Let's look at level decorate wall with look at that. We should okay. That's okay. Again, let's not get too caught up on this. Adding dirt file in corner to level decorator. What? Oh. Wants me to, I guess, yeah, this is still really new. I haven't done it. Okay. What is I don't need this. Let's just say yeah, so I guess you know my email address now, which is okay. Yeah, if you do want to contact me, you can always reach me at joshua.skelton@gmail.com. If you have any questions about game dev or any of the related topics, programming, art, etc., you can feel out to me. Let's try committing this again. Cool, git status. Cool, git push. I guess let me real quick, let me just my sanity check and make sure that got my credentials right. Yeah, so it does look like I did everything okay. If we look at the commits. Joshua, that's not me. Not me. Oh well. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Hopefully that can be fixed. I'm not going to sweat it too much. Oh goodness. Correct. Oh well. See what Chad is up to. Probably laughing at me. Cool. Hey folks. Hey Maker Images. Thank you for stopping by. All right, so yeah, let me. Yeah, let's do a quick audit on some of these level pieces we've gone through because I added the trim pieces, so we want to make sure they're using that. The one that is coming to my mind first is a try intersection. There's only a handful of those, so I can probably get to it pretty quick. Yeah, got it in one. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is you can see the lower wall is this, this metal trim piece with this brick underneath, and when it gets sliced up into stairs, the 4 steps, the texture just gets cut into 4s and it doesn't look good. So I created a lower wall texture that's already cut into 4s with nice little sellouts and outlinings. So it makes things just look nice. Yeah. want to be careful there because I do have some fancy texturing on the floor, so I don't want to lose that. So I just want to update the lower wall. So I hover over the tile and press G to grab the textures. But now I think it looks a little bit nicer now that we have these kind of nicely sized steps. And I think there might be more over here. Yeah, I could probably find a usage for it right here. I have to be careful too, because part of that ceiling is cave. Wall. So I'm just going to just keep using G to make sure that I'm not goofing up my texturing that I already have how I like it. There we are. And then here, this might be a little tricky. Let's try it like this. What I want to do, I suppose, is grab that and make the lower wall like that. And what the problem is going to be is it also sets it for this side here, which might be okay. Yeah, it might be all right. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with it. I can do a lot of work to fix that, but I don't know if it matters. And besides, it's going to be dark. So that just lines up nicely. And just don't need to do any work that doesn't really a lot of you won't really see it. So I'm not going to sweat it too much. And even if you do see it, it doesn't look super out of place. So here I'm just using Shift Enter to paint existing tiles. Okay, that one I do want to preserve what that's doing. So let's just do that fix. Then I can just I think I can just go over here. Let's see what. Grab that texture, and I'm going to go here and turn on Paint Adjacent. I'm going to set the lower wall to that. That should fix it more or less. Okay, cool. And then turn off Paint Adjacent because I don't want to mess that stuff up. Cool. And then this side as well. Similar process. Lower wall. Grab the texture there. Preserve the floor texture. And then maybe I can go over here and just grab, because that already has a lower wall set correctly. Select those, turn on Paint Adjacent, and then fix that. There we go. I think that's all the steps there I needed to grab in this level. Maybe. Just real quick fly through. I think this one's probably okay down here. Maybe. I guess let me just fix it right here. There we are. I guess, does it look all right, or I should probably fix that metal bit too. It looks kind of weird. Real quick. There we are. That's all tidied up. I think this level is good. Let's just save it. Okay. And what else? What else did I see? Open. I just quickly run through the try intersection since I'm here already. This one's all right. There's steps somewhere. I think this just has a big ramp feature over here. Yeah, it's just a big ramp. The metal there is okay, I suppose. Maybe not. Maybe right here. Or I know Chad's been doing something like with the lower walls here, setting it to the corresponding dirt. So you get a little bit of like a, just like I guess like it just keeps the kind of the texture going, which is totally fine. I think it looks good. So I'm just going to kind of just pick just different versions of the dirty floor texture for these wall textures here. It matches up pretty reasonably well. Yeah. Cool. I think the metal bits there are okay. Yeah, so let me just save this. Open. Two. And that's what this a lot of this work has been. It's just us running through all the old levels. Some were really bad, and I think they were just pitched, and some we just retooled heavily. Oh, that's cool. So Chad totally blocked that off, which is nice. I put a few of these in there for visual variety. He blocked it off, which is nice. It kind of forces you to think more tactically about the space. And I worry too that if it's just a big room full of like pillars, it just becomes kind of like a maze, which isn't super great. Yep. Cool. Ooh, looks like the weird. So I think that's. Oh wait, up here. We have a chance here to use our new textures. Let's go ahead and take advantage of it. Yeah. And I think here. Are. Cool. Yeah. So let's go ahead and save this. Save. Open. Keep working down the line. Oh, I thought I'd updated this one. Maybe I did. Maybe I updated a similar one. Some of these areas can look kind of a little too similar. And I don't know, I think I've said it before, but again, if you notice, I'm not actually selecting the tiles. I'm just hovering over and hitting Shift-Enter. That is usually good enough to, or that is sufficient enough to do the painting for the tiles. There we go. I think those are all the edges on that row. Let's go down to the next one. I was going to start with the empty floor tiles, paint those, and then work my way up to the dirt ones. Okay, and now I think this one is the less dirt. I think we have a less dirt and a more dirt tile variety, which is nice to have. It's just hard to articulate what their names are sometimes. There we go. Yeah, I think that's all right. Cool. Let's. There's also there's not a lot going in this room, and maybe that's okay. Maybe it's not. Maybe not every level has to be really busy. I will ponder that and move on for the time being. So right now I'm focusing on a particular task until it is mostly done. Better. Yep. Here, same thing. Nope. Well, that's okay actually. A happy accident. I'll just leave that dirt there. Yeah, I think most of our steps typically tend to be like 8 pixels, or I think they are 1/8 of a unit. Oh, I think 16ths is the smallest we go. Maybe I forget. But with these little edge pieces, I think it makes it just look way more professional, I suppose. Like it's like we kind of know what we're doing, and I guess that's always a good illusion to maintain. Yeah, this one doesn't line up super nicely, so let me just pull that down to it until it does. There we go. Cool. Even though there's a bit of a slope there, I think that's totally fine. Let me just fix the back side of it. Even though it's, I think actually, now that we have that there, I can afford to drop this down just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think that still feels nice. Yeah. Yeah, so we're trying to have, yeah, I guess since we have, yeah, that's good. Let me just, I guess, change these. I'll leave the metal trim kind of around this main feature here, but let these pick some of these here to have the lower brick stuff going on. This is a pretty subtle change. I know. I'll know the difference. There we go. Take this one. Yeah, the metal texture. Cool. Cool, cool. I got those steps. Got those steps and those steps. I think that's good enough for this one. File save. File open. 5.bin, so that bin, the next one to go to. I don't think this one has any verticality. I think it just has these lower areas with the metal trim is probably fine. So I'll push on to the last one, 7. Yeah, some opportunities here. So let's go ahead and pop into chat real quick. Yeah. See, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, so I try to spend roughly half my dev time on Delver on a Mac and half of it on Windows, just because we're cross-plat. I think it's good to develop cross-plat rather than do it as an afterthought. I know Chad is primarily on Mac, and I split my time between two. Cool. I should add more waterfalls. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think Chad just goes and puts them in. So where I guess don't think to put in waterfalls, sometimes he does. So there we go. Is that connectivity preserved, or is it too low now? Yeah, that was intentionally, this area was like intentionally lowered to try to allow an affordance to get out of this area. So let me restore that and then adjust the surrounding stuff. Cool. And then yeah, so this pulls back up, pull some of these bits way down. It's going to be kind of extreme. It's not super obnoxious. The editor, you can hit V to toggle between vertex or edge face mode. So V, then pull down just a single vert if that's the desired effect. Pull it, pop out of here. Yeah, and this is still traversable this way. I guess they got stuck there, maybe? Oh, maybe they're just being silly. Okay, so let's do a few things. I guess since this is so out of whack, let me just set the lower wall to this rubble texture, maybe? And maybe this one can be the this broken, kind of implying maybe just yeah, that this part of the wall is crumbling, and it's okay. Yeah. Again, I want to make sure that if we do have these areas with water in them and you can fall into them, that there's more than one way to get out, because like having a single entrance or exit to areas is just not very fun. Like especially if you're trying to get across this thing, you always had to go back, get falling in. So I'm trying to avoid that. There we go. I think I touched that a little bit up. I got the textures applied where they need to be. Let's save this and open. Cool. So these are all the tri-intersections. Let's go back to the beginnings. Yeah. Sorry, this might not be a super interesting stream. I'm just kind of I guess I'm working, so you're along for that. Go. Yeah, that's looking all right. Next. Because basically I'm looking wherever we have like little steps or stairs that would, yeah, like this would make, would benefit from having that new texture. If the area doesn't need it, I'm not going to squirrel it in. There we go. Yeah, and I guess the downside is too is when like this room is pretty heavily decorated already, so it makes like trying to get good selections difficult because the models and stuff get in the way. It would be, Chad, if you're listening, it would be nice to have maybe an editor option to hide, different, like some engines have ways of filtering what you can see. So like hiding meshes, hiding sprites, stuff like that. Just so like you can edit level geo kind of uninterrupted. Right now we have a few things like that. Like right now, if you go to view, you can toggle like collision boxes, so you can see things with collision volumes. But that's about it. Also, we have lighting mode. So you can hit L to get a preview of lighting mode. It gives you a reasonably accurate preview. What's this thing? Oh, it's a fog. It's a fog sprite. Yeah, so right now I feel like I'm kind of pixel hunting, trying to find a good spot on a given tile to like get a cursor. It's fine. That's how the used to be in the back in the day. Like I can work around it. It's not the most painful thing. It just feels like trying to find this somewhere in there's a magic pixel that lets me select what I want to select. And that is the thing too about making your own tools is typically you make them basically good enough to get the job done, and beyond that, we'd rather be spending time and effort making the game good. There we go. That looks all right. Okay, let's save that and push it on. Save, file, and Bravo.bin. There we are. Again, same story here. I think Chad may have been putting these large brick textures there on purpose to try to do what I'm doing now, and then he just requested from me just a new wall texture. I think that was the right thing because I think it does add quite a bit. Okay, come on. Cool. And we're getting about maybe 10 minutes left here. Because I am visiting family, I don't want to spend too much time away. So if you have any questions you're dying to know, ask them, or forever hold your peace. Because probably maybe the last 5 minutes or so, I'll just play Delver again, kind of on the way out, so folks can get another sneak peek of some of the new stuff going into the dungeon area refresh. Maybe, hopefully, in these next 5 minutes, I can kind of just blast through updating these beginning tiles. I hope. There we go. Cool. Yeah. Is that it? I think that was it. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Cool. Save this file. Save file. Open. But there's less junk in my way here, so these should be pretty darn easy. go. I appreciate Chad. I appreciate you just going ahead and just putting together this this um, dirt mesh, because I think it does work well in these areas that you've been using. I think it just kind of blends nicely with the existing dirt we have already. Cool. There we go. Save and move on. File, save. File, open. Port up. Oh. Push, 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 push. I think that's the same as that one. So that's the same as more or less line up. Because the stairs are they're not perfectly flat. They have a little bit of like variety, but that's okay. I think again, it's you still get the effect of the nice sellout on the bottom for the most part. Okay. And also too, if you notice on this this tiling texture for the different steps, every single row of these trim pieces are different from the one previous to it. So like if you stand here looking on the edge of the stairs, you don't see the texture repeating, which I think is a nice little a little attention to detail. It would be easy just to copy and paste it, but I did copy and paste it. I went back through and picked out some details to make it look a little bit more unique. So file, save, open, save. There we go. 5.bin. There are no steps, only ramps. That's okay. Yeah, this is another cool instance where Chad put these panels here, or these bridge pieces here, so you can just have a little bit more verticality, like room over room stuff. This kind of feels nice, you know. Just adds a little bit more depth, and it was easy enough thing to do. Actually, let's go ahead and put these pieces down here. I think that might be an okay place for them. Let's just check. Wall. Yeah, that looks okay. No worse than what was already there. So call it a net win. File, save, file. 6 Tango. Cool. Yeah, let's fix these tiles up here real quick. Ball. There we go. All right, I think that's it. I think good enough. Cool. File, save, open. 8. I think, does this have steps or ramp? This has steps. Okay. We can get this done quick. Because again, these are so small. I guess they're so shallow. You probably don't even notice. So I did the ones that are most noticeable. We'll call it good. Save, file, open. I think that was all of those. So yeah, so I think we're about at the 5-minute mark. Let me commit my changes. Updating trim textures. Engine slash remains. Cool. Again, let me just pop over to GitHub to make sure I haven't totally borked everything. Go. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, yeah, that got set up correctly. Let's look at chat and see what they're up to. Yeah. So yeah, I totally get that maker images. Like, just it's nice just to totally wipe your OS and start from scratch. Especially now that I have most things backed up either through source control or through Dropbox. It's a pretty easy thing to do. Hey, Slaydarth. Yeah, this is my yeah. So I'm out of office, working remotely. I still wanted to do a stream because now I've been streaming every Sunday for over a year, which is a pretty cool thing to have done. But some of my streams are short, and some of them, uh, some are longer, some are shorter. But I've always tried to make time for it because it's something I look forward to every week. Do I have a link for Editor Starter? Yeah, the editor, it just lives next to the binary. So if you were when you install Delver, wherever the Delver binary lives, there should be an editor.jar that lives next to it. We really ought to make that a binary, but that probably will be a release thing. Pardon me. The fox says the room looks like the room in WoW Dungeon Blackrock Steps. I think. I have never played World of Warcraft ever. I loved the Warcraft series growing up, um, but I just the MMO thing I never really was had an inclination to play. Um, yeah, yeah. Delver's custom editor and custom engine. We've we did everything ourselves for better for worse. Cool. Yeah. So if there's, look, I think you have. I guess it's not a moratorium, but the folks who have asked questions, you've asked your questions. Let me just play some Delver, and not launch multiple instances of the editor. Do go play some Delver. See if I can die within 3 minutes. I probably can. Cool. Let's erase this data and start fresh. Whenever I'm developing, I always erase my save data because we actually serialize out the levels in your save file. It's just an effort not to break you if we add or remove stuff. Again, I guess if the level uses prefabs, then we break you. But again, it was just an attempt to kind of shore up some of those not vulnerabilities, but drawbacks. Yeah. So pop in here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm breaking crates. Oh, that's why. Wait. -6 attack, no thanks. Oh, you'll also notice now too, that did a damage roll when it hit the crate. So I should be able to, you can hold down Q to charge things, and you can throw stuff now. So I guess it makes sense now to have extra weapons lying around, simply for the fact that you can throw them. So I still wonder how much damage does this do? 2 to 5 -6. I just feel like that wouldn't do hardly any damage at all. Yeah. Maybe it takes from your attack power, so you don't really have a negative attack power. I think it just mins out at 0, maybe. Yeah, but yeah, I think the new rooms are looking nice. And again, we're trying to improve the aesthetics as well as the actual gameplay stuff. So hopefully that comes across. Yeah. We touched this room, so it's nice to see some of the new bits and bobs. Also, I think Chad said he added a dead grass sprite, which is nice. I may tweak that just to maybe have a slightly different shape. Also, looks like he colorized it. But I like to individually, like for every color in the palette of a given sprite, I like to hue shift each of the colors just a little bit, so it's not a linear ramp, if that makes sense. I think it makes the color look more interesting. And I guess also if you folks are into like physically like semi-accurate like materials, if you think about it, typically the highlights in a shading model will pick up the ambient color. So a lot of times that is like sun or the torches. So the highlight will tend to be more yellow or warm, and the the underlit stuff will tend to pick up more of the sky color or I guess the ambient color. Hopefully I didn't say ambient more than once. Yeah, here's our new pots, which break so nice. They are certainly way more fragile than the crates. Nope. Oh, ouch! I think that the sword ricocheted and hit me, which is nice. Yep. And this is just another little bit of decorating up. I thought of this area as some sort of weird, like, I guess, storeroom. So it has all these weird shelves with junk on it. And this shelf intentionally has bones and stuff on it because I thought it'd be funny to have a shelf dedicated for storing bones. Yeah, don't ask. Yeah. Have we been here? Yeah, we have been here. We just made a big loop. Where do we need to go? This way, I suppose. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with the work that we've been doing. I think we have certainly raised the quality bar to kind of just better match the rest of the areas in the game. Again, because we'd made this area first, a lot of the stuff had not received love for a very long time. So it's good to kind of take the time to go back and do that. My initial feelings were to entirely redo the first area, but that was, I mean, I think it would have been awesome, but also I think it would be just way too much work than what we actually have capacity for. And it was good for me to realize that, and since embracing that, we've been making really fantastic progress, and I think we still have excellent results. So, yeah, just working within your limitations is something I always talk about, but sometimes I fail to follow. So it's good to actually take my advice every once in a while. Cool. Well, I think it's right about the 2 o'clock time, so I think I will check chat one more time, and then I will sign off. Oh, I broke this sword, so I'm just going to throw it into the next person's face. Oh, or the slime's face. Or my face. All right. Cool. Ba, 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 ba. Cool. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. I appreciate it. I look forward to Sundays to show you what I'm working on and to get feedback and all that good stuff. I think we're productive. We got some stuff done. I will try. I might do a bonus stream this week. We'll see how that goes. Otherwise, have a good day, and I will see you. Actually, wait! Before I forget, I'm a Twitch affiliate now, which means people can subscribe to me, which is a cool thing. I have 3 subscribers. I want to thank them because they support me when what I do. So thank you to, let me see, Dakota, to Gavin, and to Nympheus, which I don't know your name yet, Nympheus, but that's okay. And also thank you to everybody who's purchased Delver that directly financially supports me and my creative endeavors, and I thank you very much. All right, folks, have a good rest of your week. I'll be back tomorrow for lunch break roguelike if that's your thing. If not, I'll be back next Sunday for more Delver streaming. Take care, everybody.